Today's health starter video is going to be about how being healthy doesn't mean you have to be perfect. No healthy person on the planet is perfectly healthy all of the time. They do, however, have certain processes, mentalities, and ways of living their life that if they do fall off or they do have a bad week, a bad day, they're able to quickly get back on and correct some of the things they might have fallen off of, or even eliminate some of the things that hold them back to a better, healthy type of way of living. But by no means is any of it ever perfect. Now, if you compare it to someone who doesn't even try, who's got zero knowledge about health, zero knowledge about taking care of themselves, and their heads filled with all of modern days and misconceptions, lies, and things that aren't even true about health, then you're going to have someone that looks like it's difficult to be healthy, and a healthy person compared to them is going to look like they're almost perfect. But I promise you that's not the case. I myself have been living a relatively healthy lifestyle since the age of 12, and I'm very fortunate that I got into it at such a young age. And for anybody with kids, it is a good time for them to start picking up some of those practices before they become adults, who tend to not ever pick up and develop the skills of living a healthier lifestyle in a world that is anything but healthy. If you find yourself behind pretty far on living healthy, it's going to be simpler for you to start out simple. Now, that doesn't mean not doing much at all, but in the beginning it might kind of seem that way to some other people who are higher on the beam, working out every day, taking care of themselves 95% of the time. Just kind of start off doing a little bit, do what you feel you know that are the common things, the eating better, the getting some kind of activity, the better sleep, more water. Just those 4 things alone are going to go above and beyond in turning your health around. Once you're able to find yourself doing some of those things a bit more, you're going to want to start figuring out ways to get better influence into your life. People that are living a healthy lifestyle already and who have been doing it, and whose bodies, minds, and outer worlds are the reflections of them doing it for such a long period of time. If you copy and mimic a lot of the things they do, you're going to get a lot of the results they're getting. Now, you're going to need to tailor it to your own personal life, schedule, and where you're at and everything. But overall, the principles and the basics work for pretty much everybody. Once you get better at those, then you can start picking up other things like working out more and making more better meals for you throughout the day, eliminating junk from the house, eliminating junk from the workplace, and a lot of the other things that my channel and other channels talk about, the many challenges of living a more healthier lifestyle. One thing that I've noticed about trying to be healthy and living healthy is that people expect you to always be healthy, and when they see you doing something, they're always glad to call you out on it. And I don't know if that makes them feel better about themselves or what it is, but I guess it is kind of good to live and be the example. And if people expect you to be a healthier way and things of that nature, you can't go wrong living up to it as much as you can. But I'll tell you right now, I know that I'm not perfect in my health journey. It's been anything but perfect, but I've stuck to it. And during the hardest times, or during times that, whether it's through injury or just a life circumstance in general, you pick yourself back up and you keep going again. I'll never hit the destination until my last breath, which is death, the ultimate resting point. Different times of our lives call for different challenges. My life right now is not the same as it was when I was 12 starting out. My life right now is not going to be the same as it is 20, 30, 40 years ago from now. So I'm going to need to develop along the way, learn along the way, trial and error along the way, just like anybody would who's either starting out or have been on the journey for any period of time. Along the way, some of the things I've picked up and some of the things that I've eliminated have been smoking cigarettes socially and drinking alcohol socially as well. Up until a few years ago, I had done it a bit more by myself, drinking for about a month or two. I was helping my father, who was terminal, and just kind of seeing him that way. I just was drinking like every other day for a whole month or two. And I finally was able to kick that, but I was still drinking a little here and there along the way for a couple more years, where up until a little over 2 years ago, I was able to completely stop drinking. I don't plan on drinking again. And smoking as well. I gave up the social smoking, even if it's a pack a month, a pack a year. Any of that's not good for me. And it's one of those things where people, they expect you to be perfect. They don't expect you to do those things. Every healthy person has something unhealthy that they're doing. Even the guys that are at the gym or have successful health businesses, they have their own thing as well. Some of them might be on steroids. Some of them might be overtaking supplements. Some of them might be overeating, taxing their digestive systems. Some of them could be working out too much. Who knows what it is? Smoking, drinking as well, whatever it is. Or negative imageries and negative things, treating women negatively. Whatever it is, we find what our unhealthy parts of our lives are, and we try to correct them along the way. That's what health is correction from steering off of what makes us balanced, makes us healthy, and keeps us thriving on this planet until we're no longer here. So I encourage you to start your journey, or to keep going on your journey, or get back onto the journey. It's a lifelong thing. You're going to need as much knowledge, as much patience, and as much determination as you possibly can have, because the ebbs and flows of life just want to kick you right off and blow you right off of it at every turn. So if you find yourself getting back on or starting out, learn as much as you possibly can from as many sources as you possibly can. Mix it in to the way your life's lived, to your day-to-day thing and where you're at, and just keep going. You find yourself falling off, get back on as soon as possible, and just keep going. I wish you the best health journey you could possibly have. Cheers to your health.